YouTube video, and I just wanted to share with you guys what I picked up at the thrift store today and give you guys an idea of how I research these items to resell and get an idea as to what the potential sale price might be on eBay. So let's just jump in and get started. Okay, so the first thing that I picked up is a Tommy Bahama Henley sweater. Okay, it's a wool blend, and this is what the tag looks like. This is right here. Okay, Island Crafted Tommy Bahama. So what I usually do is I'll look at it. It's 80% lamb's wool, 20% nylon. It's Tommy Bahama, size extra large, men's. It's kind of a heathered color. So let's take a look. Tommy Bahama wool blend sweater. Take a look here. Let's go to men's sweaters. And extra large. Make sure wool blend is checked. Okay, so 13 items. I don't like this view, so we're going to go to list view. 13 items. None of these look similar, except here's this. This one looks kind of similar, but I'm not impressed. That's it. Once we get to this point right here, there aren't any more results past that are directly related to our search. So what I'll end up doing at this point is putting in Henley sweater. And we'll see what comes up there. Here's wool blend. Okay, so new with tags and the pre-owned. This is the one that we saw earlier. $52, best offer accepted with $10 shipping. Let's look at just completed items instead of sold. Okay, so with completed items, I mean the two of them that we have here have sold. Let's see if there's any active right now. There aren't any active. So I have a pretty good feeling if I took good pictures of this item, good measurements, good pictures, I think I could get probably $30 or so out of it. So right here, we're just going to keep a tally of what we think we can get out of it. So 30 bucks. Okay, this next item, this is a brand to really look for, okay? I always pick these up anytime I get them. And it's St. John. It's a women's brand. Here it is. If it'll, come on. Doing me dirty. Can't really see it, can you? A little bit. Anyways, it's St. John Sportswear by Marie Gray. This is a women's size 10, made in the USA, black skirt. It's kind of like a pencil skirt, just kind of straight down. And the thing with St. John is one of the main keywords is Santana knit. I mean, it has to be Santana knit, of course, but Santana knit St. John items sell very well. So we're going to take a look at this. St. John Santana knit pencil skirt. Used. We'll go to women's skirts. This is black. Size 10. Okay, so currently there are 5 active listings. Now we're going to go to the sold items. There's 19 sold. Okay, this is something that you need to realize. Okay, when you look up sold listings, eBay will show you results for the past 3 months. We can assume that 6 to 7 of them have sold monthly. If there's only 5 active currently, that means that if you list this, within this range of prices, odds of selling it in 1 month are pretty high. So that's also something I look for is the sell-through rate. Like, if I buy this, how long will it take for me to get rid of it? And the thing here is you can look at this. It's $65 here. Around 55 here is, of course, the best offer was accepted, so we can't really count that. $50 here, 32, so 30, about 37, 38. 57 here, 40 here, 65 here. So I am going to list this at probably $60 and go from there. Okay, so I was actually able to pick up quite a few of these at the thrift store today. There were a few of these and a few of FootJoy, and what they are is they're men's golf pants. They're just men's golf pants. This is RLX by Ralph Lauren. Okay, this is what the tag looks like. And let's see, what size is this? 33 by 30. And these are, I think they're polyester. It's a good habit to get into when you're sourcing, to look at the materials, because, you know, cashmere sells better than acrylic would. So if you run across a cashmere sweater, I mean, yes, of course, it still matters the brand, but you know, cashmere is always going to sell better than acrylic. I don't care what brand it is. So we're going to look up Ralph Lauren RLX golf pants. Okay, now there's people that list these under pants and there's people that list it under athletic apparel. So if you look here, there's 272 results in pants. Let's look to see how many are in athletic apparel, 36. So on average, most people for this brand are listing it under pants. So we'll look under pants. We know that the bottom size is 33. What did we say? 33 by 30. So 33/30, inseam is 30. There are 5 active listings, only 1 of them pre-owned. Okay, 1 pre-owned. Sold. Okay, so see, we have 0 results. So we're going to go back to all. There's still nothing. So at this point, what I would do is I would not be so narrow with my results. And take out the 30-inch inseam. Let's go to men's clothing. Okay, see there? I went to men's clothing, so this is including athletic apparel. And we have 34 results at a 33-inch. Well, should be. We go to athletic apparel. Weird. Where's this at? Now I'm lost. Men's clothing, pants. Okay, it's probably under sporting goods. No? Weird. Okay, let's just go to So there's 34 results. We're in pre-owned. Let's go to sold listings. Okay, 49 have sold in the past 3 months, which would be, I think, let me pull out a calculator real quick. 49 divided by 3, 16, and we have 34 active currently. So 16 over 34, 48% sell-through rate. So odds of you getting rid of this in 2 months are highly likely. The color that we have is beige. Okay. We have 8 active results. Just out of curiosity, let's look at completed. 10 completed. Okay, so now with this color, our sell-through rate is, well, we have six currently listed, and 8 sold. So 8 divided by 3, we're going to take that divided by 6. We're still looking at like a 45% sell-through rate. So again, you know, it's one of those things where I'm expecting to get rid of these pants within 2 months. And if I price it right and take good pictures, should be able to get rid of it within a month. And here we're looking at, let's see here, $46, $26, $36. That was a best offer. $36 or $34. Nearly $40. So I'm going to ask $35 for these, just out of the gate, right out of the gate. You like my background? That's my workstation. That's where I take all my pictures. And I've got an industrial grade clothing rack right here that I hang everything up after I'm done taking the photos and the measurements. And I assign them a SKU, and I put little tags on the hangers with the SKU. And I keep them in order. And I've got 10 of these racks out in my shop that I just put everything in order as it's listed. And I just pull it when it sells. Okay, this is a pair of men's zero exposure pants. I think they're hiking pants is what they are. And they're brown in color, I believe. Well, like a charcoal gray. That's what that looks like. It's not focusing for some reason. This is all a learning experience for me. Like I said, this is my very first YouTube video ever. So let's look it up. Zero exposure gray pants. For some reason, I don't know why it does this. I always have to start over. So we'll go here. Zero exposure. Oh, no wonder. I'm spelling it wrong. Okay, see, now we've got results. I don't know why it does that. It just clear what I needed. I wish there was a clear all button. I thought that there was over here, but I guess not. Okay, so this is under men's pants. Okay, so we have 4 completed. I mean, there's not a lot. I think if we go back to men's clothing, I think, let's see what sporting goods has. Okay, sporting goods is where we will want to list this. There's 17 outdoor sports, only 1. Weird. With athletic clothing, I mean, you can list it under men's clothing, or you can list it under sporting goods. It really just depends. I mean, your best option is to just research where you're going to get the best money. Okay. And from what I'm seeing here, I kind of took a gamble at purchasing this one, but we have 4 results in the used in used under men's pants, I believe. Yeah. One sold for nearly $28. Another one for nearly $40. And this is that set right there. That the set right here is the very set that I have. Same size as well, 32. Don't have these. This looks like it as well. It's got the zipper right there, kind of on the thighs on the front. Similar to this, but this is a different color. So I'm just going to go out there and price it at 30. See what happens. Now, the way I list items is I'll take all the measurements of all the stuff that I've got. I'll just lay it out in a stack, and I'll take all the measurements and just kind of put them in an orderly stack after I'm done measuring. And then I'll turn around and take all the pictures for all the items. And then what I'll do at that point is I'll just upload all the photos onto my desktop here. And then I will sit down to list these items. And what I'll do is I'll just search for them, just like we're doing right now. And I'll hit this button right here. It says sell one like this. I'll just hit that button. I don't have to change anything on this unless something is different. But the size is the same, the color is the same, the material is the same. I mean, this is exactly, I'm going to use this exact same listing with my listing description and my photos. Other than that, all the item specifics should be right. I mean, of course, I'm going to look through them, but I mean, it just saves so much time. I think I can do around 10 items per hour from start to finish. That's measurements, photos, listings, just by doing it. Okay, this is a pair of men's FootJoy golf pants. And I'm sure a lot of you golfers out there will know what that looks like. That's FootJoy. These are 36-32s, polyester spandex, so they kind of have a bit of stretch to them. So we're going to look these up. We said they were 36-32. Okay, used. Look there, under sporting goods, men's golf pants. You know what? I'm going to back it up because we have 18 results here. Let's see what comes up. Okay, here's another example. This is when you know you've found a good product to source for resale. We had, how many was that? Okay, 18 currently active, okay? And with that being said, in the used category, 56 have sold. So if you do the math, I'm going to pull this calculator back up. 56, remember, the sold items are for 3 whole months. So we're going to divide it by 3 to see how many are selling every month. Okay, 18.66 items in this category are selling every month. With that being said, as long as 15,000 people don't get on here and list a bunch of FootJoy golf pants, odds of selling it within 1 month are pretty high. So, with that being said, you know, I'm looking at selling this sucker within 1 month. Now we can go and in this say beige, because we've got beige in color. 17 of them were beige. So here we've got 27 plus 7, so 34, 32, 30. These bids, okay, I usually, well, for the most part, I only sell buy it now or just a fixed price listing. I don't really do auctions. The only time I'll do auctions is if it's something that's been sitting in my store or on a fixed price for an extended period of time and the price is just dropping and dropping and it's not moving. At that point, I'll just take it out of my store and I'll run it in auction just to try and get rid of it. I'll run it in auction just once and try to get rid of it. Like $10 free shipping. So I'm going to list these at 35 bucks. Okay. This is the very same pants. They're navy though. These are navy, same size. They're FootJoy golf pants in navy. So what we're going to do is instead of beige, we're going to put blue. Probably around the same price. Are we under pre-owned? Here, let's get to used. These sold for 36. These sold for over that. It looks like the same picture. I wonder if this guy got a return and relisted them. Either way, you know, the thing is I typically price at the top of the market because the way I do my listings is I use Price Spectre, which is a third-party application within eBay. And I set it to decrease in price by 1% every single day. So if I start something at $35 at a 30-day fixed price listing, every single day that item is listed, it's going to decrease in price automatically by 35 cents. And by doing that, it makes sure that my inventory is always rotating. It's always changing in price. And then once it gets to $12.99, if it goes unsold, what I'll do is I'll pull it from a fixed price listing. I'll run it through a 7 or 10 day auction starting on a Sunday or ending on a Sunday. And for $4.99 plus $5 shipping. And at that point, you know, it's kind of like it's last hurrah. If it doesn't sell at that point, I just turn around and I'll either hold it to bundle it with several other items or I will redonate it. So we're going to start this one at 35 as well. Okay, so occasionally I buy blazers. I'm not a big fan of purchasing blazers. I hate taking pictures of them. But this is a Harrison Tweed, 100% pure Scottish wool, 2-button blazer. This is what it looks like here. Okay. What size is this thing? I don't even know. I'm gonna have to measure it to find out. Don't know the size, so we're just gonna look at it. We should probably put Scottish wool in there, right? I would say that that's probably important. Sounds important. $188 results. That's under sold. Oops. Let's go back. 224 results. Current listings. Let's go under used. This is a brown color. So we're going to go under men's blazers, sport coats. We're going to go brown. I don't know the size. I'm assuming it's a regular length. Harris tweed. Okay, now we're down to 34 results. Current. Now we're going to go to sold, 36. So what that tells me is I should be able to get rid of this item within 3 months. Because they're selling about 12 a month and there's currently 34 active. So I'm assuming as long as the market doesn't change, as long as there's not a major change in the market, as long as somebody doesn't come around or 12 other people show up with these jackets to list, you know, as long as we've got an average of about 34 listed at any given time, we should be able to get rid of this in 3 months. And you can see kind of what the prices are on these. I mean, let's just sort it. End date recent first. I mean, I prefer keeping it end date recent first because it kind of gives you an idea as to what the market is like right now. And you can also see how often they're selling. You know, January 3rd, December 29th, December 28th, December 26th, December 25th, 20th, 18th, 14th, you know, and we're looking right now at I mean, it just depends on who you find. I mean, what's the difference here? 48R versus 46R. This one sold for, or shoot, let's look at this one. 42R. It went for $28, free shipping. This one right here sold for $80. So the thing with these sport coats is you don't want to underprice it. They're typically longer tail items. They typically take longer to sell, but they do merit good money. And if you've got the money to sit on, do it. I'm going to price this at $50. It's kind of middle of the road, you know. I'm in the market to try and get rid of this thing within a couple months. 2 or 3 months is all I want to hold on to this stuff. Because, you know, we're in January. You got to think about the seasonality of this stuff too. We're in January. It's hot right now. But in April, I mean, this item is hot. It's not hot outside. But, you know, 3 months from now, people are going to be less likely to buy this. So I want to get rid of it in the next couple of months, or try to. Okay, so this was a pretty cool find. This is a brand that a lot of you people might be like, you know, that is not a good brand. That's not a good brand to buy at all. Here's the thing with certain particular brands. It's almost as if every single brand out there has a line of their clothing that is highly sought after, or there's something about that a particular part of that brand has value to it. Gap, if you buy Gap jeans for women to try and sell them, a lot of times you're going to be sitting on them, or they're not going to sell for a very good profit margin. But if you buy this in Gap, you know, it's gonna make decent money. And what it is a solid white. Here, let me see if I can get back. Okay, so this is a solid white down-filled puffer vest with a hood, and it's the brand is Gap. Okay, women's large. And again, you know, when you're out looking for this stuff, you don't necessarily have to only pay attention to the brand. You also have to pay attention to the quality of the item, what it's made of. Down vests and down coats sell for good money. Does it depend on the brand? Well, sure, it depends on the brand, but you know, a Gap down vest is going to sell for good money. So let's look at it. Gap down hooded vest. There it is. $30. What is wrong? Okay, size small. Okay, here's something else to consider. Okay, larger sizes sell better. A size small, I'm not saying a size small isn't going to sell, but a larger size is going to have a better opportunity to sell. $15. Let's look under coats and jackets. Okay. Here it is. Now see, the difference was listing it under vest or listing it under coats and jackets. Photos really do matter, okay? They really do. They really, really do. So keep that in mind as well. Like, for instance, this one, you know, that's a clean looking photo. I mean, in my opinion, that is a good looking photo. You go to here to the vests. Look at this photo. It's, I mean, washed out with some kind of glare here. This doesn't look appealing at all, but they still were able to make enough money to probably, you know, cover the cost of the item. Let's go back to that other one. Here's one. You know what? I'm probably going to see, mine does not have these black tabs right here. Mine is very similar to this one right here. So I'm gonna list this at $30, which is fine. I think I can probably fit that in a padded flat rate envelope after it sells. You win some, you lose some. I'll be honest, I did not research that when I bought it. But I still think, you know, it's still a good quality item in my opinion. I mean, it's a down vest. But you win some and you lose some. I bought that next one for myself. Okay, this is interesting. So I've been doing this for 11 years now. 2007 is when I started reselling on eBay. My My current is my current eBay store has been going since 2010, and I've never heard of this brand. Uh, I learn something new almost every time I go to the thrift store, because if I see something that intrigues me, I look it up right then and there, and I find that's how I find a lot of brands that I sell. Um, but this is just a flannel. It's like a flannel shirt, or like a flannel pullover with a hood. Okay. Um, Blue plaid. The brand is the Vermont Flannel Company. I had never ever in my life seen this brand until today. Yep. So let's look it up. Okay, let's just take the Vermont Flannel Co. Okay, we've got 13. Let's go to used. All right. We've got 8 now. Let's go to sold. 39 sold. Okay. I'm assuming by the size that this is men's. It's a pullover, and the front of this has got kind of like hoodie pockets that go all the way through. We're gonna look for hooded. Okay, this is a pullover. That's, I mean, it's not the same color, okay, but it's the same style. $40, $40. Here's one. $40. Best offer was accepted. $47. These are all used, okay? I'm listing it 40. Actually, I'm going to list it at 45. And remember, you know, you've got 39 that sold in 3 months, and there's currently 8 listed. Here's one right here. This is, again, a size small. They're wanting $30 for it. But other than that, that's the only one listed right now. And this is a size large. So 45, you know, if it doesn't sell in 10 days, it'll be at $40. So I'm giving it 10 days to sell at a higher margin before it reaches 40 bucks. Okay, so I always like picking these up. I don't know how many of you guys see these in the thrift stores. In this part of the country, they're everywhere. This is a Western blazer. By the way, I'm from Oklahoma, so there's a lot of cowboys in this state. Pagano West. Okay. And the cool thing about these Western blazers, I can't remember what they're called. They're like yokes, I think is what they're called. But it's kind of got this look to it on the back, around the across the shoulders, and around the front here. See how it's like two-tone almost? It's like suede there. And it's also got suede elbows here. And it's like a wool tweed. I think it's wool. Pretty certain. Dang it, where's the dang? Looking for the size tag, y'all. I don't know where the size tag is. It's going to be one of those that I'll have to measure. So let's look it up. Pagano West. $21 used. We'll go into men's blazers, sport coats. Okay. What is this? A 1 button or 2 button? Okay, it's a 2 button. It's a beige color. We'll just leave that blank. Okay, we've got 17 current listings. So we're going to go to sold. 16 sold. Again, it's a blazer. It's going to take time to sell. We're looking at an average sell-through of 3 months. So it shouldn't take us any longer than 3 months to get rid of this. And our prices really are ranging. I'll tell you a brand that's really, I've never even heard of Pagano West. I've never picked up a Pagano West brand. A lot of times you'll see these Western blazers in the brand Sheplers. Sheplers is a big one. Circle S is also another big brand. Circle S is actually out of Dallas, Texas. And those blazers sell quite well as well. Okay, so we have 30 completed results, which means that out of 16, last month there was 14 that didn't sell. When you look at completed, the way that, okay, you have active, you have completed, and you have sold. Okay, active is what, of course, is currently active. Completed shows what went unsold for the past 30 days and also what sold for the past 90 days. So if you look at the sold listings, we had 16 sold. And when we look at the completed listings, there's 30 results, which is going to give us 14 unsold for the past 30 days, which tells us that last month there were 14 that were listed. Okay. Let's see. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. See there? There's 16 that sold. Now let's look at the dates of the ones that didn't sell. And you can see these other, the ones that sold that they're showing us is sold. Some of them go all the way back to October 12th. I mean, October 12th is the oldest one. It's January 4th. So that's showing us nearly 3 months. Okay. If one sold on October 4th, it would show up here. See here? December 5th is the first one that goes unsold. And the reason why is because, like I said, when eBay shows you the ones when you search completed, the ones that go unsold are just for the past month. But that'll also give you an idea as to how many are typically in the market. Well, at least currently and from last month. And you count these and you're going to get 14 of them. December, December, December. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, so there's 13 that went unsold last month. How many sold last month? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 sold. So, I mean, last month we had nearly, well, 6 sold, 13 went unsold. 6 over 6 plus 13 is 19. So 6 over 19, nearly 33%. One, again, you know, it's kind of like we should get rid of this within 3 months. And I'm gonna say that this is probably good at. We're gonna try $50. Again, you know, it's one of those things where the way I sell things is I use Price Spectre, and the price drops 1% per day. So if I started at $50, within 30 days, $15 is already gone. If it doesn't sell within the first month, when I relist it, it's going to be $35. And when I relist it at 35, 1% per day is 35 cents per day is going to be discounted from the price. I don't do it to where 50 cents per day is discounted regardless. You know, I start the discount at what the current start price was, not what the original start price was, because that gives me a little bit extra time over the long haul, a little bit of extra time to get rid of it before it hits the bottom price at $12.99. Okay, so this is a well-known outdoor brand. And some of their stuff sells well, some of their stuff doesn't sell well at all. But this just looked like a very well-made item. And so I just went ahead and picked it up. It's Orvis. It's got a little fly fishing thing right there. And it's like a half zip Henley. It's kind of thick, actually. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, kind of. I'll get better at this as time goes on, guys. Extra large, 80% cotton, 20% polyester. It's like a half zip pullover. Does it have pockets? No. Okay. I don't expect to get more than $25 out of this. I don't think so. But the thing is, you have to have several different price points. But I try to pick anything that's going to be $30 or better. It's just not worth my time to go any less than that. Let's do Orvis signature half zip pullover. See what comes up there. Okay. Yeah. All right. That's new with tags though. That's exactly what we have. Is it? Okay. It's fleece on the inside. That's something else I've learned. You know, if it's got that little fly fish on it, or that fly fishing, what do you call it? Lure embroidered on it. That's kind of Orvis's signature line. So we'll go to used. These are all sold listings. So let's look at the current. There's 28 currently. Okay. This is similar. Okay, because what I've got here is it's a zipper. It's a zipper and then a button to fold over the zip. So that's kind of what we're looking at. And this one right here is what we've got. They're wanting $27 or best offer. Here's one, 35, 40. These are all pre-owned. What size is this? Extra large. That's going to work in our favor. And it's gray. So let's just go ahead and narrow down our searches here. Extra large. 10. Do we have a gray? We don't have a gray. There is not a gray one currently listed. So out of 10, we have 9 that sold. Here's a gray. 23 bucks. It doesn't look like ours does though. Let's look at completed. Well, quarter zip and half zip, they all work the same, but I always use half zip. It means all the same thing. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of the gray. We go back to sold. All right, so 9 out of, we've got 10 currently active at size extra large. It doesn't matter the color, okay? And 9 of those have sold in the past 3 months, which is going to give us an average sale within, we should be able to sell this within 3 months. And the prices here, yeah, 2025. Next time, I probably will not pick this item up if I see it. This is the best one, $30. So I'm just going to list this sucker at $29.99 or 30 bucks and let it ride. See if I can't get rid of it within a month. Because it'll be at $21 right before it ends. Okay, this is just one of those items that I always buy anytime I see them. Hang on. Let me get this presentable because I just always buy these anytime I see them. They don't sell for phenomenal money. They don't sell for $30. I can guarantee that. But they tend to always sell. Just a Columbia PFG shirt. Okay, but this one's kind of like a seafoam green color, and it's a long sleeve, and the size is 2X. It's a 2XL. Columbia PFG Omni Shade 2XL in like, well, I say seafoam. It's almost like a mint green. Let's take a look. And sweaters. Dang it. Used. This is the color we have. It's a very strange green. It's not like this one. All right, long sleeve. Columbia. Okay, we've got 7 results. No, I'm going to take this button off because this one popped away. Okay, 8 results, current results. And out of those 8, we've got 25 that sold. Okay, it's one of those things. All right, the reason why this is exactly why I always pick this up, and that's because it doesn't sell for a lot of money, but it sells consistent and it sells quickly. So if you want a quick flip, it's like a fast nickel. Okay. 25, 8 currently active, 25 sold in the past 3 months. We're looking at selling this within 1 month. Okay. And I can usually get anywhere from $20 to $25 for these. I typically start them at $30. And the reason, again, is because by the time it reaches 30 days, it'll be $21. And that gives it time to gain some watchers, gain some exposure, gain a little bit of ground in the eBay search algorithm before it starts dropping in price. I mean, it starts dropping in price the day after I list it. So I usually start it at $30, but we're probably going to get 25 bucks out of it, between 25 and 20. Usually they sell for 22, 23. You know what? Just for the sake of this, I'm going to put 25. Okay, guys, anytime you're looking through the sweaters, men's sweaters especially, you want to look for vintage sweaters, vintage merino wool sweaters, vintage cashmere sweaters. Some of those brands go for really big money. This is Allen Payne. Okay. I don't know if you're going to be able to see it. It's so whited out. There it is. Okay. Allen Payne, 100% lamb's wool. Made in England. Okay. It's just a V-neck sweater is all it is. Men's solid gray V-neck sweater. Used? I don't even know what's that. 44? Okay, 44. All right, I'm going to have to take that 44 out. It's not giving us enough results. Okay. Men's sweaters. Gray. We got 2 results. That's a sponsored listing. It's the same here. That brings up something. I also use sponsored listings. I set mine at 5% flat as the rate fee, and I just let it go. And it seems to help. The strange thing, here's a strange example. This sponsored listing is actually showing below the original listing, which isn't really doing any favors. It's not helping, but that's okay, because if it's below your original listing, I mean, odds are his original listing is going to sell before his sponsored listing does. And if that's the case, well, he just saved 5% in fees because he didn't sell the item in his sponsored listing. He sold it in his original listing. So, okay, so we've got 2 items here. This doesn't even count. So 1 item similar to ours. Ours is a darker gray. But let's look at our completed listings. This is completed. This one, it's the same. I think it's the same one. Isn't it? Yeah. Okay, look here. He's asking $20.88 for it right now. Okay. But when we go to completed, At one point, it was $17.40, and it didn't sell. But here's one here for $27.20. The thing is I'm going to take better pictures than this. I'm going to take better pictures than this as well. I'm going to ask $30 for this. I'm not saying I'm going to get it. I'm just saying that's where I'm going to start it at, and that's what I'm shooting for. And that's what I had in mind when I picked it up. $30. I was pretty excited about this one. Okay. Lyle & Scott. 100% pure cashmere. Made in Hawick, Scotland. Size 44. All of this came from the same thrift store. I was in there for about 3.5 hours, and I bought 33 items. Actually, I was only in there for about 3 hours. With that being said, I guarantee you, I would bet you that both of these sweaters came from the same person. They're same size. And anytime you see Lyle & Scott, I mean, those brands, Alan Payne and Lyle & Scott, you know, one of them's an English brand and the other one is a Scottish brand. This guy obviously had some money because they're not cheap. But this is a 100% cashmere navy blue V-neck sweater. No holes, nothing, in superb condition. Absolutely superb. Let's take a look, see what it's worth. I didn't even look these up. I just knew that they were worth money from experience. Pre-owned men's clothing sweaters. It's not as bad. It's not as good as I was hoping. See, some of these go for extreme. Well, I wouldn't call that extreme. I mean, I've sold things for much higher.